Once in a lifetime there comes a piece of media which completely changes a person's perspective of what it means to be a great entertainment. For me, it was Baldur's Gate 3. In this video, we're gonna go over how this legendary game came into existence. The story of Baldur's Gate begins way back in 1967 when it was created by a Canadian kid named Ed Greenwood. He was also the original creator of Forgotten Realms as a setting. Practical Study Rules, an American company, bought everything in 1987. Which itself was bought by Wizards of the Coast in 1997. But the story of Baldur's Gate as a video game started in 1995 when a Canadian game developer, BioWare, started working on it. Back then, it was a top-down isometric third-person perspective game released on 21st of December 1998, becoming Game of the Year and today seen as a cult classic. A sequel was very soon released as Baldur's Gate 2, again developed by BioWare. It also received critical acclaim upon its release and was again showered with awards. So when Baldur's Gate 3 was announced on June 6, 2019, Larian Studios has to fill very big shoes, which not just they actually did, but they also exceeded expectations. The development on the game began in late 2016 when a small team started working on it. Later in January 2017, they finally received an official go from Wizards of the Coast. At that time, they were in the middle of Divinity Original Sin 2's early access period, which would go on to receive universal acclaim itself, but it's a story for another day. Coming back to Baldur's Gate, it was released in early access on 6th of October 2020, following the tried and tested model from their earlier games. The early access included Act 1 with over 50 hours of gameplay. It was immediately showered with accolades. IGN called it the closest a story-focused RPG of its kind has came to emulate the experience of tabletop D&D. Larian was able to sell more than 2.5 million copies during this period, and Baldur's Gate was already a hit even before being released. Now the question was how big it will be. And what happened next? Even Larian was not prepared for it. The game finally released on 3rd of August 2023 and it was an overnight sensation, an instant commercial and a critical success, peaking over 800,000 peak concurrent users on Steam during launch. And for myself, I was glued for a month, clocking in about 200 hours, playing and exploring as much as I can in this beautiful game. It had completely captivated me. Heck, I didn't even enjoy turn-based games, but I just could not stop myself from playing it. Or from romancing Shadowheart. I love Shadowheart, God's favorite princess and my 2D love. In fact, I loved the game so much I kept making new characters just to replay it over and over again. Always parking my character in Act 3 but never finishing it. Now you might be wondering, Suryak, if you love the game so much, why did you not finish it? Well, you see, Baldur's Gate is an amazing game. The Act 1 was amazing, Act 2 was awesome, but Act 3, well, it was a mess, and the ending was just unsatisfying. Oh, the glorious mess was Act 3 of this game. The FPS would tank faster than my life did after completing my college. Plus Act 2 ends on a high note as you can end an act. The fight against Ketheric and seconds later as the avatar of Merkel was the peak Baldur's Gate 3 for me. But then you step into Act 3 and the game just felt sluggish, slow, you have to deal with so many things, and that, along with the way the epilogue of the game was set, the way Astarion scurries away from the sun, or lack of interpersonal interaction with the party you spent over 100 hours, I just didn't want to finish the game. So at the launch, Baldur's Gate had some issues, but it has been over more than a year. What has happened to the game since then? Well, there has been plenty of quality of life changes, bug fixes, new endings, and a properly done epilogue. But most importantly, you can play fetch with scratch with anything, even with Gale if you know what I mean. Official mode support has been released, and very recently they released their last patch. Although there are still stuff like crossplay and photo mode under work, Larian declared that work on Baldur's Gate 3 was almost over and they will be moving to newer projects. But all of this success was not without its controversies. On the release of Baldur's Gate and the subsequent massive success raised some eyebrows and concern from other game developers. While praising the game, some game developers were quick to point out that Baldur's Gate 3 should not be used as a new golden standards for RPGs, which in my opinion was a kinda weird take, you know. Game devs should focus more on making great games instead of getting terrified against a once in a decade or generation kind of game. But yeah, This one tweet would create a giant firestorm. Gamers and streamers were quick to criticize such a take, and the whole thing became a shitstorm for a couple of days.
Who is this guy? What is this? Please, please, please put some thought into it before you complain. This is what AAA should be moving forward. 6 years and 400 plus people with insane funding due to the IP have given Baldur's Gate 3 a big boost. It's truly unrealistic to expect this on a daily basis.
What funding? Wizards of the Coast didn't fund Baldur's Gate 3. We paid for the privilege of creating a game with this IP.
This is just fucking insane, honestly. Like, I can't believe there are so many of these people that say stupid shit like this.
Stupid drama, guys. Stupid fucking drama. Final words. Baldur's Gate 3 is great. Go buy it, play it. And also, I'm gonna be playing it on twitch.tv/suyak_. Come and join me. Bye. See ya. I love you.